Wasn't sure that was the mission.
Why?
Why what?
Why would you do that?
It's not an image. It just says estimate.
Oh, right.
It's my free video.
You eager little beaver.
This 740 must have
Touches which one, so. Please stand by.
That's that pre-connection crap.
Alright.
I underestimated the height, so the guy saw
Anything new in the gallery lately? Yeah?
show that.
Sure. Are you going to entertain us with a song? Here's something I wrote. What the hell? Sort of works, I guess, doesn't it? Alrighty. Now, let me just consult the agenda. And who's going to talk about these items that you've listed here, Sean? You will? Alright. I mean the network related ones, that is. Yeah. Cool. You might. You might have to. Why is this not fitting on the screen? Yeah, this is a new projector, brand new. Hence, I thought we should use it. I don't know if it goes any higher than that, but it didn't seem to. Is that way? It's no different, eh? I don't think it's actually doing that. Say again?
You're optimizing for the built-in as well.
Is that what it said?
At the top.
Mm.
They go optimize for VGA.
VGA would be the,
Yeah, but then I won't see what I'm doing.
see how high it goes.
So that
Well, this will blow up. Yeah, we don't want to do that. That's fine. Just do this. There you go. Alright, so I guess we'll begin. I see some new people in the audience today. Might have to give you a moment to introduce yourselves in a bit, so just prepare yourself for that. Are we rolling? Welcome along to the October Airstream meeting. As we do every month, this is the official members meeting, and we'll just briefly cover what's been happening in the last month, any news from the committee on upcoming events or things that we've been doing with the organisation itself. And obviously one of the things that's coming up is our annual general meeting, which will be in about 3 weeks' time, I think, today. We now have everything locked in. Yeah, unfortunately this year it took a bit longer than usual for us to get organised with that, and we apologise for not giving the members a bit more notice this year. Everyone's been pretty busy this year, and things just got a bit out of hand. We've had a few of the committee members also that have been absent or had to stand down due to other commitments. So things like financial maintenance of the financial records and all of our, operational stuff, we've had to kind of only had 2 or 3 people doing it, and we've been piecing it together a bit. So things are a little bit behind, but we're caught up now. Everything's booked in for the AGM, which will be happening here at the Parkside School, 15th of November, 4 p.m, which is a Saturday. Information about that will be updated on the main website, so keep an eye out there. At the moment, just the basics are there. We will have a barbecue sausage sizzle planned, so if you're interested in helping out with that, we'd appreciate hearing from you as well. We always need, some extra hands to do the cooking and catering for barbecue. We haven't done one in a while, but now the weather's getting a bit better, we thought we'd give it another shot. The facilities here are pretty good, so why not? Last year we did more of a dinner thing at the pub after the AGM, and the year before that we had a fully catered event that we pre-booked and everything. So this year it's a bit more relaxed, and we're just going to do the barbecue. It'll probably be gold coin donation, and yeah, we would like to get an idea of how many people are going to actually come, so I might actually do an RSVP type situation just so that we've got a ballpark figure for the catering or any other requirements that people have, such as vegetarian or whatever. Feel free to let us know. That's still sort of in planning, but there's your general plan. What else? Of course, all members are welcome, and guests as well. Obviously, you need to be a financial member at the time of the meeting to be involved with the decision-making process and the election process, should there be one. Nominations for the committee went out a couple of weeks ago, or last week or something like that. They've since closed, and we've got a huge list of potential nominations that are still being, I believe, accepted until midnight tonight. So if you are a nominee and you haven't yet accepted your nomination and done a bio, a little bit of a bio about yourself, written up and sent through to the secretary, you've got until, I think it was 11 p.m. tonight to do that, to still be a potential committee member. So we have 8 committee member positions available. All the information about that process is again on the website under this other article here. It gives you a better idea of what the committee actually do and the kind of commitment. One thing we will ask is that anyone considering becoming a committee member, be aware that you do need to be available once a month, every month, for a meeting. and that was a big problem this year with attendance, and that makes it really hard if we don't have a quorum at these meetings to make decisions and get the actual business of Airstream done. If we don't have enough people that can actually, make those decisions. So yeah, it will be really important this year to make sure people are available and that they have the time to spend doing that at least once a month. So yeah, I believe from what I've heard from the secretary, I don't know the exact numbers, they'll probably be posted tonight, I'm guessing, after he's finalised everything. Yeah, there was quite a few nominations, and hopefully you guys are pumped about being involved. That would be good. So 8 committee positions available. Yeah, if we have more than 8 positions accepted, we will have to do an election at the meeting. So we need to make sure we get enough members there as well to do voting. And the usual ballot process will be undertaken. We have in the last few years done postal ballot as well. So if you can't make it to the meeting, you can send in your ballot paper either by email, scanning it, or post it in. So keep an eye out for all of that in the coming few weeks, or at least probably by the end of this week. I think that will all be up online, and we need to get it sorted ASAP. So yeah. What else is happening? AGM, committee nominations. Any other things about the AGM we need to mention that I've missed? So we're here, we're in the gymnasium across the way. And yeah, at the moment, Sausage Sizzle, we may have some other events happening at the same time, so it's still in a bit of flux. And if you want to help out on the day, please let us know that you want to be involved. As I say, we're a few committee members down at this time of year at the moment, so any help we can get with the organising this event is very, very welcomed. There's another ASLAN coming up, I think next week, or is it the week after? Week after next, and it's the weekend before the AGM. This will be the last ASLAN for the year. The guys are hoping it will be a very successful one. There's been a lot of promotion surrounding it. I think they've got some pretty cool stuff organised. So if you're interested in landing, computer networks, and the such, it's definitely good to come along. It's also a fundraiser for the club. So even if you just want to go along and see what it's all about, and have a hot dog or whatever, all of that money goes back into Airstream. So that's the main thing. It's just another way that you can contribute, and we use that to build the network and make things better. Any questions about the ASLAN? I noticed that they're now doing half-price tickets if you haven't been to an ASLAN before. So tickets are normally 20, I guess they're $10 if you've never been before, or if you haven't been in the last year. So if you can take a newbie along with you, he'll get in for half price, I guess. Cash prizes, various competitions that they run, and this all takes place at the St. Paul's, isn't it? At Blair Athol. Just off Main North Road. So it's pretty close to the city, good venue. If you haven't been before, at least go and have a look, see what it's all about, because it's the last one for the year. And I think next year there's a possibility that it'll be moving again to another venue, so yeah, we don't know for certain what's going to happen with ASLAN next year. Again, there may be a new committee formed around ASLAN as well for the management of ASLAN. And it is a good fundraising event for the club, so yeah, something to get involved with if you're interested in helping out. I'm not sure if this was released since the last meeting, was it? September. I think it was just before. No, Ezine this month. Sean. Necron. Yeah, that's true. Necron's doing it. Well, I'm asking you. No, he's been a pretty busy boy himself, but yeah. Alrighty. We do have a decent agenda tonight, besides all that. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, so is there any questions about the AGM process, nominations, anything like that? Solid. Must have done a good description there. There's a bit of network update tonight. Sean has kindly volunteered to fill us in on all that. I think there might even be some pictures involved as well.
Some things like that.
There's also, we have since secured a more solid relationship with the West Australian network, also known as WACAN. They're doing a Secret Santa, also rebranded as a Secret Canta. I think Sean would love to tell us about that as well, but so we've got the opportunity to be involved in that as well. You guys know what Secret Santa is. It's a pretty cool idea. And we never thought about ourselves in time, so we just thought we'd use theirs. That's fair enough. It's a good way to get involved with them too. So I guess that's all from me for now. Who hasn't been to a meeting before? One of these meetings? Yeah. Do you want to give a quick hello? Just tell us who you are and where you come from and how you found us, I guess. We do this all the time. You're not being singled out. It's always the standard affair. And if it's good, we'll tell you who we are as well, so that you've got a better idea too.
John Turk was my name. How did I find that out? Well, something to do with this bloke here. Yeah, I've got a place at Gilberton, which has a link on it, which actually works. And it's some issues. Yeah, I run a business over at Thurberson in IT.
Fantastic. Welcome along. It's good to know that, yeah, it's good to see you. We've known of you for a while, in fact, so there you go. Anyone else? Is that it? Okay, yeah, pretty much. Alright, well at least we'll introduce you to the committee. My name's Troy, I'm the current chair of the club. I do run a node over at Walkerville as well, which is in dire need of an upgrade, but it still works. So, yeah, the current committee members that are here is really only a couple of us. You want to say hello
There's 3, 4.
to everyone?
Sam.
Exactly, that's only half. That's pretty weak.
I'm Sam, I'm the real RC, I'm on a couple of nodes out west in Seaton. I'm the purchasing officer at the moment, so I buy everything I spend money. Yeah.
That's
Everything
it.
request I fulfill.
You don't need applause.
Yeah.
Not for him, it's rubbish.
Thanks, man.
Mostly, you know, me, Sean, I run all the membership-based stuff and meetings and everything else. I hope most people enjoy having more pictures and notes and streams and everything else to try and get a bit more involved. That's me. We've got Tony in the back.
Yeah, I'm Tony. I've got a node down south. And the solitary mentioned so far, but I'm trying my best to further it. And I run the fundraising.
Aren't you gonna?
Spin around. You're pretty.
Weak. I think you're the cameraman. Right. Yeah. So that's the committee. I guess anyone else can introduce themselves later, but that's the least we can do for now. We don't want to go around the whole room, I suppose. Let's get stuck into it then, Sean. Tell us a bit more about Highgate, which I noticed.
Attempt. I get up there.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure we did one last meeting, but since there weren't too many people there, that's right.
Take the upgrade.
Yeah,
I'll jump in the hot seat.
sure.
Sit in and show some pictures up. Whatever.
You can stand in the hot
You can
seat.
sit in the audience.
I'm just trying to find it for you.
Search for it.
Oh, how's it there? Looks a bit.
Once it was
That's
actually
not too bad.
Once it was all collated, thanks to Tony. Some of this was covered last meeting to a degree, but Highgate Park is the node that we are connected to, or were connected to here. It's one of the older nodes on Airstream, and it's been aging for quite a while. The hardware was all older single pulse sectors, 2.4 gig, lots of coax. So about a month ago now, 6 weeks ago, the first stage of upgrades were implemented at Highgate. See if I can get one of the actual newer pictures, to rectify a lot of the old coax, the lack of a actual network box, move a lot of the older single pole gear away and put up newer integrated radio, dual pole 5 gigahertz. And these are all the pictures. Did you take any good photos, Tony?
Someone,
Yeah, I think these are the last ones on the roll.
Yeah. So essentially stage one was recabling, because all the cable was in broken, busted coax, or it was cable tied to something to go around a corner. There was no central sort of location for a lot of it, and we'd had intermittent router failures between the two sides of the building. So stage one was to actually install this rack at the top here to actually give us a central point for some cabling, run new cabling to both sides of the building. That was tough cable. I think, how much did you use? 400 meters or something?
there was 3 boxes.
3 boxes of cable to run 6 cable runs to each side, which we're only using 5 of on both sides to give us some extra. Plus a UPS, which we've never had, and a lockable box so we can actually store some high level equipment. And it also means all the boxes outside have nothing in them except a cable, so they're no longer a security concern. Not that you can easily get up there, but it has been one of the minor concerns. So stage one was recabling, which took 4 days straight or something. It was a huge undertaking to reconduit everything, put new Dynabolts in walls, remount everything, put a box on the wall. And stage two, which has been approved, is to then look at upgrading, which is on the first page here, some of the older equipment that has been around since day dot, which hasn't ever really been utilised. So on this here, especially on this side, there's a few 2.4 gig sectors that were sort of just thrown up 6 years ago because they were on hand for the hope that people would connect to them, and we had one member who was connected to one, and that was about it. They never really got utilised, and they're taking up mast space. And on the other side, we had a link, a few weird sectors, and
This was connected
to one of the sectors. Yeah, Robert was on one, and this was the other. And so the other corner has already had a couple of new sectors installed, 5 gig sectors to give a bit more access. And this side here is the next stage, which is the next bit on the. If we can bring up a bigger agenda. Your mouse is terrible. That was the second dish, Chris. That's your old link.
Yeah.
This link has been in production for 7 years, 6 years.
That antenna's new though.
This is a different antenna, but this link from Highgate Park to Valley View has been one of the longest standing backbones nearly in the history of estuary, and over time has been slowly reduced due to increased trees and everything between the two sites, because it's going across a lot of hills. And was originally the only north-south link, essentially. If you needed to get any data from the northern side of the network, past was through Valley View Highgate, so it was the only link, the only point of traffic, so it was required. Since then, we've had a lot of stuff come on through the west, plus a few more sites up in the hills, which we've been able to work around. And with the requirements of the network now, this link just isn't quite fast enough anymore. So at Chris's end at Valley View, that's been redirected up to Turingi. Turingi. So this end now at Highgate is completely redundant and will be removed as part of the upgrades to give some more mast space. So there will be getting rid of the old 2.4 links, getting rid of one of the dishes here, and putting up a sector which Parkside can then connect to, because we're currently disconnected because both of these 2.4 sectors are dead. Due to cabling or radios, I'm not exactly sure, but they've been out of production for 4 or 5 months now, while people have been trying to work on a better solution. So yeah, it'll be exciting to finally finish the Highgate upgrades, because we will have once again a fantastic high-speed node that's all dual polarity 5 gigahertz running through the nice rack that's in the building with a UPS, so that in the unlikely event that the hospital loses power, which we have had over time, we'll be able to sustain those little blips until generators kick in, etc. So quite exciting to see. Again, we'll bring Parkside back online, which we've been missing for so many months, and see Highgate back up to its sort of star power. So that's been quite a nice addition. Also, if we head back on here, we also have recently, where have we got? Did an install on a school in Oakton, which does have an access point on it. This particular school was in need of some better internet services. They could not get multiple kilometres from exchanges, etc. So they've organised to use Airstream as transit so they can hook into an NBN connection somewhere else. So they've signed on up. So we installed that as a link, which has got quite a bit of promise to connect a few sites in the Enfield sort of where Northfield is and bits and pieces that can't actually quite see across the top of the hill. So we've we installed that on a flat roof using the Bitec stay bars, which we haven't used too many of, and lots of conduit. And this has connected to Ross Trevor, and we're hoping this will connect across to Valley View 2 to give that another link out, as well as a nanostation sector and a 2.4 Omni for people to stumble. So that's an area that we haven't really had a whole lot of coverage, and it is quite the way towards the top of a hill. So we are quite excited to see that in operation now. A few selfies in there as needed. And aside from needing harnesses to get up on the roof, because it's not using guy wires or any astronomical height, we can get up there with a ladder and easily service all of the equipment, which is quite safe and convenient. And you can see the views there in the background. It's on top of a gym, so we quite happily clear all of the local trees without too much trouble. So that was quite exciting. I don't know that there's been too much else installed since the last meeting.
What's the diameter of that pole?
32. There is 40 and 50 available. We opted for the 32. Probably would go 40 next time because rockets at minimum go on 32 and it holds. But
I'll just be careful with I mean, you should both stays.
yeah.
The bridges been poles before.
Yeah. So we definitely, if people are going to be purchasing, would go a 40 or more in future. I think we covered 8 to 11 AC stuff last meeting, didn't we?
Maybe, if you want to give us a rundown. I don't think a lot of these guys were there. Maybe we didn't have the camera rolling.
Yeah, for sure. So this is nearly 2 months ago now. The link between my house at Mowbray North and Ridgehaven, which has been one of the fastest links on the network for a long time. It's perfect line of sight, perfect conditions, about 3 kilometres. So it's always run at 300. And we've usually gotten around 9 to 10 megabytes a second. We managed to source apparently the first 2 of these units nearly in the world, according to the Ubiquity forums. These are the 8 to 11 AC power beams. That's this unit here in the middle. We saw them come up on the supply. We knew they were coming, so we ordered them straight away, and apparently we received them before anyone else around the world because we posted all the first information online. So I don't know how that works, Australia being the first. We're the furthest from anywhere. But essentially it's very much like the nano beams, but it's a 500mm diameter. So my pole happened to have all 3 types of dishes on at the one time. So at the top is a nano bridge nano beam, they're 400mm diameter. In the middle is the power beam AC, which is 500, and then the rocket dish, which is 600mm or 2 foot. So
Do they come with the cover, or
yep,
is that separate?
comes with the radome. Yep, they're offering the radomes with a lot of the products now, just because they're such a cheap addition. The radomes for the nano bridges were like $18 or something, so they're just starting to offer them. So the Power Bridge AC is, as you'd expect, 8 to 11 AC equipment. Unfortunately, they're not for sale at the moment because the ACMA blocked them because their firmware actually allows you to put them in bands that are not legal in Australia. We, of course, picked up on that straight away and didn't use those bands because we didn't really want the Vodafones, etc., knocking on our door, asking what's going on. But upon replacing the nano bridges or nano beams with these, we went from about 8 megabytes a second to 16 megabytes a second. Difference being, previously we were using 40 megahertz of bandwidth, we're now using 20 megahertz of bandwidth to achieve the same results. So we're very excited to see 8 to 11 AC come across to our network because we should be able to, on 90% of the links, keep the same speed or improve it and drop the bandwidth by half. So we should have enough bandwidth to then either add extra links or work our way around noise as the noise floor is ever increasing. So 8 to 11 AC in Ubiquity's implementation is very impressive. There's a Rocket AC which is available but has again been blocked due to the firmware issue. We're hoping to come out. We can then just swap them out on a lot of our backbones we have around the place because they'll just clip straight on using exactly the same dishes. So there'll be a very quick and easy swap and will give us access to the 8 to 11 AC instantly. So very, very neat. The power beams are quite expensive. They're at $250 a dish, whereas our nano bridges, nano beams are like $105. So it's not a cheap exercise. It's not something that you would just buy two of just for the hell of it. And they're currently point-to-point only. There is no point-to-multi-point. There's no AP version, so they're purely backbone. They say that is coming in some later firmware releases, but they're just trying to perfect ATA to 11 AC as it performs in the real world first. So we have a pair, and you can't buy them anymore, so we feel really special, but we want to release more. We want to get more on the network because they are absolutely incredible, and we have a number of links that are really good quality signal-wise. Swapping these over will just blow the performance data through the roof. Our biggest issue we're going to face moving to ATA to 11 AC is the majority of the network runs on 750 UPs, which are 100 megabit, and these devices will exceed that quite happily. So while it wouldn't be such a bad thing if we had an entire network maxing out at 12 megabytes a second because we're limiting on the 750s, we'll need to look at alternatives for our internal routers because there just is no other as easy gigabit device. We're using the Edge routers, which are a Viata, is that how you say it? More Cisco CLI type config, no web interface, no Winbox or anything, but they're gigabit PoE, so I'm using one of those at my place to achieve those speeds, but people can't as easily just throw them in and install them because you need to know quite a bit about networking and config to be able to run them up versus our traditional MikroTik installations that with a piece of Winbox and a couple of guides, you've got the whole lot set up and you can easily just visually see what's going on. So that's a bit of a challenge the network team is facing at the moment. There's a few scenarios people are floating with gig switches and separate routers and this and that, but it's just not the one 750 we've got at the moment. So Edge online, kicking and screaming I'm sure, but 100 megabit flat end to end, I think we'd be pretty impressed with that. And then we can deal with upgrading a little more. We always want to be able to utilize a bit more. So yeah, that's been quite a cool little exercise, and we're keen to see a whole lot more of it. There is a heap of data on the Ubiquiti forums if you want to see more about the testing we did. I posted all of that there, and you can generally find it under Airstream. But that's, yeah. The link itself gets utilized maybe 2 megasecond day in, day out, so it's totally overkill for what it's actually trying to do, but it was more about the fact that it's a good scenario to do some testing. Both ends, you can easily just walk up on the roof, change dishes out, you don't have to pull huge masts down for, like it is with a lot of sites. So that was quite a nice upgrade. And I don't think anything else that I've been informed of significance has really changed yet. A lot of stuff is on the table ready to change now that it's summer and we've got a bit more daylight. We can get out there and work longer days and do things after hours. So in typical Airstream fashion, winter is a bit of a dead spot and summer is just ballistic. So the upgrades here at Highgate will be happening soon. There's a few others that are getting written up for Shieldo Park, what you're calling it. That'll be a multi-sector hotspot, which is way down south, and that should open up a nice new area into the southern area of the network that we just haven't been able to reach. And if there are any other members down south that want to get connected, please let us know. We're trying to expand where possible. There was a new member that's setting up, hopefully this weekend, I think, to get himself online, who's down south as well. So Tony's sort of the southern man living down on the other side of the city. He's driving a bit of that, but we just need more people down there. The northern expansion worked really well because there's lots of people in the northeast, and so they could easily develop it. But south, for a lot of us that are so far away, isn't such an easy drive just to quickly jump and help you throw a pole up somewhere. So I think that's pretty much it on the network front for the. Let's see if I can find their actual website for the next bit. I think that's ASNAU.
Yeah.
You do have internet still, right?
Yeah.
It's just taking its time. So I'll move on to the Wakan Secret Canter if I can find the link to it. I don't know if they've put it up. We just received it in our email.
Is there a cut-off date or whatever?
Yeah, 31st. That's what I'm trying to.
Of October?
Yep.
Alright.
So everyone knows Secret Santa. That's not a new thing, but Wakan decided to do that with their members. They're a new incorporated wireless body that's really come on in the last 12 months. Western Australia has had wireless networks for quite a while, but they've not been to our standard of incorporated bodies and sort of setting up committees and boards and everything else. It was just a few mates having some fun, and so they decided to set up a different network, but it was from scratch with the incorporated side. And a lot of people have then jumped across to that. They've got memberships and everything else, and their little team is really, really active, and a couple of them are event organisers, and they decided this year to do a Secret Santa, or Secret Canter as they call it, and they sent a couple of emails to us and went, that's brilliant, why not? So I shot it out to everyone in the members mailing list, and yes, it'll incur a few postage fees if you get hooked up with someone in WA, but essentially there's a Google form which you sign yourself up to say I'm interested in joining it, and you'll get randomly assigned someone after the 31st to be the Secret Santa for. So you'll go off to one of the DX or eBay or whatever, the cheap knockoff sites, and pick up some little piece of novelty. Maybe it's a rubber horse head or something for a bit of fun, and flick it across to them in the mail as the Secret Santa. So they've set it up so you've got a few weeks, because it usually takes a month or so for stuff to arrive from China
Or you
or
might
wherever it's
actually get
coming from.
something useful and good.
Yeah, you can always buy something quite neat, and they've got a bit of a description field to let you fill out if you've got some hobbies or interests, so that the receiving person has half a clue of what you're into, rather than just, here's a name that you've never met before, go for it. So if you're into that sort of just social community-based stuff, it's just a bit of fun to get involved. We're hoping to increase our ties with WACAN over time. As Troy said, we've set up a peering agreement now, incorporated body, that we both sort of have a terms and conditions with each other, so you can actually route across to the network. We've got 2 VPN endpoints between the 2 sites, so we've got, I think it's a 1010 and a 15.2 or something between the 2, so we can actually get on each other's IRC and that sort of stuff. It's really more for academic than anything else, because the links are not going to ever be super high speed, and we're trying to just increase our ties, because they're just another community wireless group like we are, trying to get off the ground, get community support, help others out. And so the more social events, while we're fairly distant, we can get involved with each other, the better, I think, both organisations. And I've been wanting to do a few more things with our group, so if I can piggyback off the back of their great ideas, then I think that'll benefit most of us. I wish I could...
So did you send the link in the email?
Yeah, have you got your email
Oh,
open?
that's all right then. If you need...
Got your email open?
if you want to get to that, just maybe you should just send it out again. As a
Yeah, I
reminder.
can too.
Do a reminder later today.
You'd think Google would index the entire world.
Nag.
Do you want me to read the link out to you?
Oh, that'll be a terrible idea. Go for it. It'll only be about 45 characters long. Have you found it?
Yeah. Guru.gl.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Anyway, there's
it's-
a link and you can go to it.
G-double-O?
Yeah, G.O.gl.
It's a short. It's a short.
Slash.
Oh,
forms.
right.
Forms?
Yep.
Something like that.
Slash. 4.
How about you come over here and show me these things so you're not reading out and interpolating this terribly. Where is it? 4MV double V? VYF.
7.
It's the worst broadcast in history, looking at Dragon's bottom. But hey, we got it right. Ta-da! So this is the form that everyone received in their email, and the little logo. I threw together an email to them and they used, but that's alright. So yeah, check your Airstream email and you'll see the little thing there. Putting a rough limit of $20, including postage, on your items you're purchasing to try and keep it a little bit more simple. But yeah, it'll be a bit of fun. Something completely random in the post from someone from WA or who knows where. So yeah, if you don't have Airstream email and want to join in or something, just I can get the link to you. So yeah, that or Santa, depending on how you want to do it. I think that's enough from me. Yeah, we've got it there. Do you want to announce that now?
What was that?
Yeah.
Door prize?
Yeah.
Door prize over there. So door prize tonight is an amazing terrible broadcasting. Didn't have it here. It's a complete Air Max Ubiquiti client kit. What we have inside of the box here is known as a WISP station. These weren't really commercially available. We imported a whole bunch of these. Essentially, they are a bullet which most of you, if you know, as the tiny little white circular cylindrical things you attach to the bottom of a dipole or an Omni. These are essentially a bullet, but they come with an MMCX little connector on there, or UFL, so that you can actually then connect it to coax and do whatever. So it's complete Air OS, like the normal web interface that you're used to seeing. But we've then connected it to a 5 gig antenna. So this is a 5 gig radio that you can use for a client connection to any one of the Airstream sectors that are running around the place, or to one of the other point-to-point links that you can back to point to multi-point off of. And this is PoE with a little PoE cable here. All you need to add is network cable when you're set. This will screw right into it. You attach the whole lot to a pole and away you go. So quite a neat little kit for anyone who's not on Airstream yet or want to set up one of their friends really cheaply. What's our normal ticket prices, Tony? You run the raffle.
Yes, okay. Tickets are $2 each or $3 for $5.
There you go, $2 a ticket or 3 for 5. So you can get yourself into the raffle and really cheaply invest in Airstream. And if you're not a member yet, then you can get forms there. So that's sitting there. You have to see Tony for that. You wanting to see the tracker?
I was going to ask members if they had anything, any new updates from the floor that people want to just tell the rest of the people about.
So I reckon this is pretty clear. Joseph went through and...
Or have you all really been that busy?
Really been that
Rubbish. Yeah, I don't think there's heaps in there. There's a few failures and stuff happened last week.
Yeah, with all the storms. Most of this was cleared out or updated. This is our ticket tracker, maintenance request sort of stuff. Everyone on Airstream can access this and lodge if things are down or if you want improvements, and we try to, where possible, notify of outages through this as well. So then if there's an affected node, we can then get people emailed. We haven't been using it a whole lot in the past few months because not a whole lot's been happening. And we had someone go through and clear out a few things, but there's just all sorts of random things that are, whether they're things that are going to happen eventually or whether there's just tasks to the network team are working their way through, or the committee. Oh, there's one, Node DB 2.0.
What's that about?
Who knows? It's assigned to you.
Other.
Oh wow, there's something with there.
That was just feature requests.
Alright.
Do your buttons work? Nope.
Yeah, nobody reads that.
Certificate expired for the tracker.
Expired.
Has it?
Online,
So yeah, I don't know if there's too much else new there, but yeah, tracker.airstream.org. If you have feature requests or notifications, the whole community will get emails, as well as the network team if you so desire.
Is that on both of them or just that?
I don't know. I'll try to get to the members one.
Is there anything else on Wiki?
Just noticed the SSL certificates need renewing.
Yeah, they've been out of date for a while.
Yeah, I think I noticed that before, but it's...
Yeah, well, I couldn't get to what I wanted on both.
This certificate has expired. There's also an Airstream Wiki for people that are not aware of it. This is wiki.airstream, imaginatively. Airstream Wiki has a lot of site information and a few bits and pieces on terms of understanding basically what wireless is. We put a lot of effort into actually populating a lot of stuff in the wiki, which we're hoping we can scrape some to put back on the website, but there's a lot of information on just understanding a lot of the technical terms and power levels and what the radio standards are, what BGP is, the various types of modulation, as well as the proprietary protocols. This is all available to anyone with an Airstream login. You can jump onto wiki.airstream.org and just sign in with your credentials, and this will take you straight in, as well as a bunch of tutorials. This was supposed to be a very malleable site that you guys could log into, and if you notice things that needed correcting, you then just correct it, just like your Wikipedia, etc. We also use it for committee and network teams and everything else. All of our core information lives on here, so then everyone can access all the data wherever they are. Meeting minutes for the committee's meetings get published here once they've been put into a PDF form, so you can actually go back and look at what the committee's actually been doing and what they've had on their lists and proposals. We have a number of nodes that have had data listed so that you can actually see what hardware's there. A lot of it is sort of a few months out of date to a year, so won't necessarily be exactly what's up on the mast, but it can give you a good idea if you drive past a node or see something on the gallery and you go, oh, I wonder what's all there. You can actually flick through here and see how many borders there are, how many routers, cables, how it's all configured, IP addresses, just to give you a bit of an idea of how things sort of click together. Some of it would link back to the node database, but that's in the moment due to the Google, but that is on its way.
No, that works.
You can see where the dot is, but you can't see the two
Still
links.
links back to it, right?
Yeah, for each node.
The links work.
Can you get to any of your stuff tonight, or no? We're going to show some
Not
other.
if you can tunnel, you can. But you can't tunnel anyway. I'm going through a crossing.
We were going to show some of the other node stuff, but we couldn't get an Airstream connection here and have no way of easily getting ourselves back to Airstream from here. So next time, AGM.
Yeah, I
AGM.
have the new website. I had a new forum that I've set up, and I've got the NoDB. But maybe I can do something while we have a break and
See if we can get ourselves
SSH
hacked in.
timeline. If I do an SSH time, it'll probably work. But I don't know. Try it.
We'll give it a shot. Well, is there anything else agenda-wise? Otherwise, we can have a raffle tickets, membership, something.
We also mentioned the upcoming sausage sizzle.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Come on up.
ask for people.
You can, yeah. Come on, Tony.
All right.
You're the man.
Slack off back there.
Okay, I'm full asleep.
Mr. Chair. The Master Chair.
Master Chair? Okay. We have managed to set up a sausage sizzle at the Bunnings Kenttown warehouse on the 26th of December. That's an all-day event from 9 till 5. So we're looking for volunteers because we don't expect people to be there for 8 hours. It's going to be a long day otherwise. So we're looking for volunteers to help out on the day. It'll be mainly just turn the sausages, have somebody to hand the money, someone to take the orders. But everything is pretty well set up. We just need to set up, perhaps a roster system or something, or a list of volunteers, people who can attend on the day. Because it's a very worthwhile thing. It'll definitely increase our bank balance considerably from what I'm seeing of any Bunnings sausage sizzle. So and also we'll have another one as well at the Office Works on where's it again?
Glenburn, right?
Glenburn Road. No,
it's together.
it's one of I'll keep forgetting
Which
that.
one is it?
That's Apple, isn't it?
No, here. It's down here. What's the one next? Port Rush Road. Sorry, on Port Rush Road.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Port Rush Road. What am I
Yeah,
thinking?
and that is a matter of just booking in a time with them. They also provide most of the equipment, and so that'll be another day affair as well. So once we get that locked in for a day, we'll also be looking for people to man the site for the day. So
We're going to be pretty busy up until mid-November. Are you thinking that would happen this year, or
what the office
Office
is
Works one?
possibly not. Possibly
Yeah.
not. No, but we want to do it in the warmer weather.
So
That's
date of the Bunnings one? Date?
26th of December.
26th of December.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
Yep.
So it should be quite a busy day.
What kind of day is that? Is it a weekend?
It's a public holiday.
It's a Sunday.
Sunday. Right?
It's not Sunday. Friday. Friday. Yeah.
So if you are free on the 26th, that you could help us out, drop us an email to say,
Yeah.
We need bodies.
give us
Yeah.
time.
Everything else, barbecue, that's all sorted. It's
Yep.
really just manpower.
So
And the more people we get, the less time each person has to stay there. So
That's it,
if you want to
that's
just
it.
come and do an hour or something, then that's ideal.
yeah, that's all we're asking. Just come along just to help out for a couple of hours, an hour, 2 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All day.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
If you turn up,
Yeah. Sausages are free.
No, it should be a fairly epic fundraiser.
It is.
To
It
get
is.
there.
Yeah, it's been while coming, but it's going to happen.
So we've got a plan for the AGM as well. Any connections with Butch? Feel like a sponsorship deal? We'd love to hear from those people as well. Not that
I don't think we'll need that many per day.
probably for the money one it would be better. But
Yeah, but anyway, that's what's happening. So whether
Yeah.
we you know, you guys can, or anyone that interested in helping out, to send me an email so we know, you know, you're available, and much appreciated.
Thanks, Tony.
Okay.
Just on that note, as far as tapping into the resource base known as the Airstream membership, every year the committee is required to get the accounts audited as part of the process involved with the AGM and the financial reporting. So if anyone has that kind of skill set within the membership, or you know someone that might be able to help in that regard, it would be most beneficial to us, and we would appreciate any help we could get with that. As I mentioned earlier, our treasurer has unfortunately been absent for much of this year, so we've been kind of limping along, keeping the accounts in order. But yeah, as we do every year, we need a financial report prepared for the AGM, and you know, getting that audited correctly would be very useful. So get in contact with us via email or however you can if you've got anyone in mind that could help with that. So on that note, I guess we'll just have a quick break. I'll try to sort out getting this other content up just so we can have a play with it. Door prize, get onto that, and if you've got any other membership inquiries or whatever, Tony can help you with that. Have a bit of a chat and we'll catch up in a minute. Thanks for everyone viewing online. I guess we'll cut you off here until next time, because you don't